On this day, I really wanted to go check out Animate, which opened up in Ikebukuro. So I came here and I got off at Ikebukuro Station using Marunouchi Line, which is a metro, hence why I'm underground at the moment. Although, if you do use JR Line, Japan Rail Line, the entry is actually underground as well, even though the trains are on the ground level. When you get off at Ikebukuro Station using the Marunouchi Line, there are about 3 exits, 3 places where there are gates. So depending on where you're going, you might want to plan ahead if you can. One of the cool things about Ikebukuro Station is that many department stores are actually connected on the basement level. At the same time, it can be very confusing because there are around 3 or 4 department stores around. So yeah, it could be kind of like a maze. And just for the record, I'm going to Animate and I'm not going to actually film inside the Animate store. So be warned, it's just me walking and narrating my walking. Yay. And there are many places to eat around this area too. This area in particular specializes in noodle of sort. So you can get some spaghettis, you can get some ramen, and you can get some soba as well. Now, should I film this properly, but ahead on the left, now it's kind of disappeared, is a statue of an owl. Ikebukuro is known for owl because Ikebukuro, bukuro sounds like fukuro, which means owl. So if you want to meet someone at Ikebukuro Station, you can say, oh, I'll meet you at the fukuro statue, I'll meet you at the owl statue. This is kind of like an equivalent to the Hachiko statue in Shibuya. We're about to get out from the east exit and we're gonna be outside on the ground floor. In the weekend, this place gets packed. There are just so many things to do here. So if you have a time, come and visit here. But preferably on a weekday. There are many clothing shops here. The major ones such as H&M, Zara, Uniqlo. There are 3 Uniqlos here. GU, etc. You can basically do all your shoppings here. And also, there are a lot of big camera stores as well. There are, I don't know, 6, I think, buildings that belong to Big Camera, which is an electronic store. Now, across the road from us, slightly on the left, is a smoking area. So if you do smoke, you need to actually go to a designated area to smoke. This includes vaping. The government has made a lot of effort to, segregate or separate smokers with non-smokers, but I don't think they've put much effort into actually reducing the number of people who smoke, because it is business, after all. They make the money go around. Each city has its own set of rules regarding smoking, but most of the cities have moved on to forcing smokers to smoke at areas such as this. Therefore, you can no longer smoke and walk. One thing I found it fascinating is when I went to a convenience store, inside the store there was a designated space to smoke, which was just mind-blowing. I even saw around 6 or 7 people lining up because the capacity at that smoking space was 5 people. Ikebukuro is considered a downtown, so it's not the most classy places like Ginza, but it's still a lot of fun. I personally come here for things like manga cafe, karaoke, movies, food, shopping, especially clothing, etc. So there's just so many things to do here. I'm not visiting there today, but there are several buildings called Sunshine City, which has so many, again, shops, as well as aquarium and a Pokemon Center. So if you do have a chance, go there and explore, because there are so many things to do and eat. Diagonally across the road is a pachinko parlor. For those of you who don't know, it is basically a gambling site where you have metal balls and you throw it up and hopefully it goes into the right places in the machine. So gambling in Japan is rather complex. Some are prohibited, some are not, like sports betting. So you can't actually get the winnings from that store, that pachinko store. Instead, you get hikikaiken, which is an exchange ticket which you can use probably across the road, a store that's associated with that pachinko store, to get the money or the prize that you want. So you are indirectly gambling, but it is lawful because you're not technically gambling at the site. I think this area alone, Ikebukuro alone, there are 3 or 4 sets of cinemas. If you get a chance, make sure to go to Toho Cinemas because it's one of the more newer ones. From here we should be able to see Animate in the distance. Now it is a place full of all things anime and manga. However, if you particularly like, let's say, one anime, let's say One Piece, you wouldn't find all the things that One Piece has to offer. It's just a handful. So kind of like a jack of all trades but master of none. That's what I felt when I went there. You're better off going to somewhere like Jump Store for One Piece. And here we are approaching the entrance point of Animate. Now this is a flagship store, so it is pretty big. And I think it spans around 9 to 10 floors. And each floor specializes in something. For example, one could be just for comics, one could be for just anime goods and toys, another could be just for DVDs, and CDs, etc. So it's a lot going on, but I'm not allowed to film inside because I don't have permission, so I'm going to end the video here. So if you want to, go and check it out, and I'll see you in the next video. Ka kite anō.